Hi, this is Dr. Bharadwaz. I am CEO and Chief Doctor at Homeopathy. Today we will discuss on the topic of sinusitis. This is one of the most irritating disease. Either it can be in males, females or children. It is the most irritating disease. There will be headache, there will be nose block, there will be running nose, there will be fever and it will last for a very long time. When you are a woman, you are unable to do your household things or you are unable to perform well in your office. When you are a man, you are not able to grow in your career as a kid. He's not able to get his grades or he's not able to participate in extracurricular activities. It is most frustrating for the parents than compared to the kids. Even though antibiotics are not good, steroids are not good, decongestants and antihistamines are not good, they are forced to take all these medication for a long period of time without relief. Even though there is no relief, sometimes they have to go for surgery. After surgery, the kids will be or the adults will be okay for 3 to 4 months. Again the symptoms recur. So this is one of the most irritating disease. That is the reason. It also hampers your life to enjoy. You cannot live an enjoyable life, but don't worry about it. With Ficus homeopathy, you can completely reverse your disease, whether you are a kid or a woman or a man. Then coming to what is this? See, basically there will be 4 nasal sinus around your nose. These get inflamed chronically, and 90% of the people who have sinusitis or the precursors of allergic rhinitis are chronic cold. So chronic cold, the normal cold, which is from which you are suffering for a long time, or allergy symptoms around the nose for which you are suffering for a long time, will be converted into allergic rhinitis. Then coming to the symptomatology, what are the symptoms of allergic rhinitis? First, you will have fever. Next one is nasal obstruction. Either one nose is obstructed, two nose are completely obstructed, partially obstructed, and you will have nasal discharge, thick nasal discharge, or sometimes watery, sometimes greenish. You will have pain around the face, facial pain, severe pain on the face. You will have heaviness around the face. When you touch the face or surroundings of your nose, it will be tender. You will feel pain. There will be erythema around face. Erythema means you will get red color rashes around the face, and you will have headaches. You will have heaviness on the face when you bend forward. Then coming to the investigations, what are all the important investigations you have to be get done for this sinusitis? First one we call as water sweep. In this water sweep, it is a kind of X-ray in which your maxillary sinus, the sinus which is on your cheekbones, will get exposed. We can clearly visualize on water sweep, and also anterior ethmoidal sinus. These are the two sinus that are completely visible in water sweep. In the same water sweep, when the mouth is open, you can even assess the sphenoidal sinus, the condition of the sphenoidal sinus. And next one is Cadwell's view. In Cadwell's view, you can see frontal sinus clearly, and you can assess the pathology in frontal sinus. PNS CT. So paranasal sinus CT is one of the CT scans. It is very good in this case. So it will give complete information about all your sinuses. And regular blood tests like CBP will give you whether it is chronic or it is acute. So what exactly happening in your immune system because of this sinusitis. Next one is CRP, C-reactive protein. It gives amount of inflammation which is already there in your system, whether it is local or systemic. It completely gives information about it. As a sinusitis patient, it is important for you to know about the anatomy and physiology of these sinuses. Basically, these are the hollow spaces in the skull. You have skull, right? In that skull, if this is the skull bone, you have hollow spaces in this like this. So these we call as sinus. There are 4 pairs of sinus in human beings around the nose. One is frontal sinus, it is on your forehead. Next one is maxillary sinus, it is on your cheekbones. And ethmoidal sinus, this sinus is present on the root of your nose anteriorly. In the front, it is ethmoidal sinus. And one more is sphenoidal sinus, it is also at the root of the nose, but it deeply embedded in your skull. Basically, these are 4 pairs, means each sinus is on your both sides. So these are 4 pairs. Sinuses are the hollow structures. These are lined with mucosa which secretes mucus. All these sinus will drain into your nose. So if there is any secretion in this sinus, so these secretions will be drained into your nose through small openings. Why do we have these sinuses in our skull? What is the importance of this sinus? First one is Sinuses are the air-filled cavities. What happens here is when you breathe the air, these will humidify the air. These act as air conditioners to the air which you have taken in, and it will give the resonance to your voice. If your voice has to be more effective, so more pronounced, it will enhance your voice. And also the skull is a very thick bone to give lightness to the skull. These sinuses are present, and these are also the lining of mucus is full of whatever you inhale, so that air is cleared of bacteria, virus and protozoans with the help of this mucosa in the sinus. These are also antibacterial, prevent you from the brain injury. Whenever there is a shock or whenever there is a blunt injury to your face, these act as a shock absorbers. And also the lining around the sinus, they will extend the nasal olfaction. So even some of the inner part of the sinus will have olfactory sensors. Then coming to the pathology, so this is very important for you to know why and how this sinusitis has occurred. So these four sinus will have lining inside. We call it as mucous membrane. Normally this mucous membrane secrete mucus that is drained into the nose. What happens is due to allergy or due to chronic infection, these ducts which drain into nose will get blocked, and all the secretions which are formed in the sinus will not come out, and they are accumulated around the sinus. This will have infection. First primary infection is virus, so and slowly this will be converted into bacteria, and also in some cases, see, air also is full of fungus. Some people have allergy towards the fungal parts or fungal organelle. When this fungus enters into your sinus, how this virus or bacteria or fungus enter into your sinus? So it will be due to force sneezing. When you sneeze repeatedly, there is high chance that it will go inside, or when you cough or when you blow your nose. So this is how these particles enters into the sinus and they get infected. And also when there is allergic reaction around the nose, you will have polyps. Polyps are the extra growths around the nose. When there are polyps, so these will block the ducts, and when the ducts are blocked, so the mucus is not emptied into the nose and they will get infected. And what is the conventional treatment? Conventional treatment is treatment when you go to an allopathic doctor or a doctor who is near your home or a corporate hospital or ENT surgeon. The treatment which is given by them is conventional treatment. There are a lot of disadvantages in this because they either use steroids. You know, steroids has a lot of side effects. Steroids will reduce the immunity. They will give you temporary relief. And also histamines. Antihistamines they will give you. Because of this antihistamines, you will have sleep disorders. You feel more sleep. When you withdraw these histamines, you will not have sleep. And also you will use decongestants, painkillers for the pain. You know, because of this there are a lot of side effects. Even if you take all these medications for a period of time, there will not be a permanent relief. Once you stop the medication, you will get these symptoms again. Even though you use antibiotics, in most of the cases, even though you use antifungals, antibacterials, so you will get this disease again and again. There will not be any cure. Even in severe cases where it is infected with fungus, you have to go with surgery. It is called as FESS, fungal endoscopic sinus surgery. Even after draining all the mucus from your sinus, there is high chance that it will be repeated again and again. So allopathic treatment or conventional treatment is not good choice, and it is not permanent choice for the people, either it is kids, women or men. Coming to homeopathic treatment, you have very good chance to cure your disease. Homeopathy is the best medicine in case of sinusitis. We will check how. Any disease you get is because of two reasons. It can be from your genetics, from your forefathers, or you get that from outside through your habits. This disease is a combination of both. Because of these habits or genetic predisposition, you will have changes at three levels. One at physical level, second one at physiological level, third one at psychological level. At physiological level, so there will be inflammation in the sinus, there will be polyps develop, or these nasal ducts are obstructed. These are the physical changes. And coming to the physiological changes, there will be altered sense of your olfaction. You are not able to smell it properly, or you are not able to breathe properly. And coming to the psychological characters, you may have anxiety, you may lead into depression, you are not performing well at your office, so you will have psychological changes at that level. Any of these changes will be expressed. Based on the changes you have expressed, homeopathy we will give constitutional treatment. We will consider all these changes and we will give the constitutional treatment. Once we give you the constitutional treatment, this disease is completely reversed. Even though you are using treatment from other systems of medicine, you are addicted to those medicines. When you start homeopathy, we will slowly wean off those medicines, and finally you will be on homeopathy, and over a period of time you will be weaning off these homeopathic medicines also. So you can ask me how homeopathy is safe. Homeopathy is very safe because we use a technique called nanotechnology. We use nanoparticles, very small quantities. You can take Ayurveda or Allopathy or any other system of medicine. There you will get medicines in few grams or milligrams. But in homeopathy, we will give medicines only in picograms. Picograms is a very small quantity of medicine. On top of it, homeopathy uses advanced techniques to make the medicines. We use nanotechnology. The medicines which we deploy to you are nanoparticles. We use the technique called trituration and succussion. Succussion is also called froth flotation. With this trituration, what happens is every active ingredient is coated with lactose molecules. On top of it, when we succus the particles and when we store in a silicon bottle, there will be a silicon coat around the nanoparticle. When we deploy these kind of particles into your body, there will not be any off-targeting. Off-targeting means they will not go in some other part of the body and act. Wherever is necessary, wherever there is a disease, only in that part they will go and act. For this, you will not have any side effects. Reason 1, we will give medicine in very small quantity. Reason 2, we will use nanoparticles or nanomolecules which will have only action on their target. Because of these two, you will not have any side effect. And you can ask me how this small quantity of medicine has a very big impact. It comes to the principle of hormesis. Because of the hormesis principle on which homeopathic medicines works, hormesis principle says any substance in the world, you take even you take water in higher quantities can kill a human being. Even snake venom in minute quantities, when it is converted into nanoparticles and deployed into a human being, will have excellent medicine. In the same way, when you are suffering with sinusitis, we will deploy nanoparticles. These nanoparticles works on the principle of hormesis. They give complete relief or complete cure or complete palliation for you. These medicines are very effective. And also, as there are no patenting system in homeopathic medicines, so no company can have exclusive right. Only they can make the medicines or they can sell in the market what they want. Is not possible in homeopathy as there are no patenting rights. That's the reason there is competition in the market. So homeopathic treatment is very affordable compared to any other treatment available in the market. And also there is no need for you to go for surgery. So most of the people in allopathy suggest surgery, but there is no need to go for surgery. Without surgical treatment, you can completely cure in homeopathy. Finally, homeopathy is safe, homeopathy is effective, homeopathy is affordable, and homeopathy can cure your disease or prevent your disease and palliate your disease without any side effects. Then what are the precautions sinusitis patient has to take? First thing they have to understand is this is a chronic condition for chronic cold and allergic rhinitis. So when you have any allergic symptoms, don't neglect them. You have to cure immediately. And also if you are catching cold continuously, you can reach out to us so that we can stop at that point in time rather than it moving from chronic common cold to sinusitis. We can arrest them in initial stages itself. There is no need for you to land into sinusitis and suffer and then get treated. So when you treat them at the initial stage. Coming to the prognosis, so what will happen if you don't treat sinusitis or if you neglect sinusitis? It is very important for you to know because this is very dangerous. See, all the structures which are getting infected are around your brain. It is very close to your brain. That's the reason you have to be very careful. If you neglect sinusitis, instead of bacterial and viral infections, it will go into fungal infections. Fungal infections are very serious or very difficult to treat. And also, as it is very close to brain, you will get abscess in the brain or you will get pus formation in the brain. That is abscess in the brain. And also meningitis. Meningitis means there will be 3 layers of cells that are covering your brain. These will get infected and this is a very serious condition that we call as meningitis. And also sinus thrombosis. Sinus thrombosis is a condition where there is blood clot in the brain. This is also possible because of sinusitis. And that's the reason you should not be taking sinusitis very lightly. Subdural emphysema is a condition where there will be abscess below the last layer of your brain. So you have to be very careful. This is going to directly affect your brain. That's the reason you should not neglect sinusitis at any cost. We at Fincus Homeopathy have a lot of experienced doctors. So you can consult us in 2 ways for your sinusitis. It can be either online treatment or in-person treatment. We are located at Manikonda. We have to make use of our facilities so to be healthy. The only aim of Fincus Homeopathy in case of sinusitis is to prevent your disease or cure your disease and palliate your disease through safe, effective, and affordable homeopathic treatment. All this cure is possible without surgery or without any side effects. There is no addiction forming drugs in homeopathy. There is no need for you to land under the knife of a surgeon. So make use of our facilities, make use of our experience for your betterment. Thank you.